If you look at our planet from space, what you see is something like a neural network with the cities as its nodes. And that is as good an image of the planet as a complex system of systems as one could hope for. With the emergence of the internet in the mid-90s, the world became one global commons. In the past, we could understand that there was some mysterious unity to the various dimensions of life, but we couldn't understand its dynamics, we couldn't observe and measure their interactions. We've basically operated like the drunk who looks under the streetlight for his keys because that's where he can see. So it's not that the world has become a system of systems, it has always been a system of systems, now we can see it. The fact that we can see it transforms our situation on the planet. And because we now have access to more real-time data of the way these different systems are interacting with each other, we can make more intelligent decisions. The question becomes, where do you make the most productive interventions into this complex system of systems? In order to do that, like a doctor looking at a patient, you have to understand the whole organism as best you can, and then understand where the most useful interventions would be. Those could be the points where you stick your acupuncture needle, because if you can optimize those nodes, then you can make the whole system healthier.
When you have systems interacting with each other, it's much more difficult to predict where it's going to go. Because one little interaction from one system to the next could all of a sudden take it in a totally different, unexpected direction. Something that I find fascinating with this complex system of systems is that it negates these old science fiction movies where the computers took over and the computers made all the decisions. Well, if something is unpredictable, the poor computer isn't able to make a decision. So the poor computer, all it can do is to say, here is the damn information, you make the decision, you are the human, I'm just a machine. And so these complex systems and their unpredictability are once more reminding us that we humans have some very unique qualities. And those qualities, I think, will be more important than ever in this very complex, unpredictable world that we're living in.
I think of today's very interconnected society, I picture it often as dominoes, where everything really is closely stacked and relies upon each other. The dominoes falling down doesn't really mean that the system is coming crashing down, but it's really that I can see the beautiful repercussions of my actions as they flow throughout these systems. And hopefully at the end of the day, the way that I interact with those systems in the future, that knowledge and information comes back to me. And so I think it's important that when one thinks of a system of systems, this isn't necessarily all about machines, but there are individual people in all of these systems. So a system may be composed of maybe many machines, but then there's this human element there, a very beautiful, interesting element. So an organization would be this striking mixture of people and software and hardware that would all come together to form a network.
The idea of the planet coming to be understood by us, by humans, as a complex, emergent system of systems is really exciting because it opens up all kinds of possibilities for new thoughts about what it means to be a human being and new capacity to make those thoughts real.